How do you feel about your world? Whether we're talking about men, whether we're talking about women, whether we're talking about family, friends, thoughts, thoughts, government. Where in your life is trust not as strong as in another aspect of your life? Chances are, you've got areas where you're like, oh yeah, I'm good. I have full trust here. I have full faith. I feel fully supported here. But over here, and let's use the example of foods. Maybe there's certain foods you think are bad for you, would harm you, are not good for you. But there was a time in your life, maybe when you were 2 or 3 or whatever, where those things, those ideas, those thoughts were not in your mind. There was no part of your life you didn't trust, no part. You were not afraid of the dark. You were not afraid of strangers. You didn't go through life with looking around with your eyes for things to watch out for. That just wasn't who you were. You were just eagerly cannonballing forward into every part of life. You knew life had your back. And I paused on the word life because it's all of it. If there's any part of life where you are suspicious, that bleeds into all parts of life. Because guys, it is you. Bottom line, it's always you. Everything arises from you. Everything is birthed from you. Everything is you pushed out into this world. And if you're playing in the game, because remember, guys, it's just a game, don't take it so seriously. But if you're playing in the game of mistrust of anything, you are saying you don't trust yourself. And you can feel that. You can feel how it all comes back to you. See, in this life, I know I am fully supported 1000% by me. During my podcast with DK the Legend, I had said to him, I am not threatened by me. No part of me am I threatened by, whether it's a negative thought, a negative comment, the wrong vibration, anything like that. I can't, as I always say, you can't be less of a, come on, say it with me. You can't be less of a God. You are a God. You are a God creating wonder and so much magic, so much magic. And bottom line, you are in all moments, all corners, everything, supporting like nobody's business, you, always. And while maybe in this moment you are attempting to manifest memories where you weren't supported or whatever, proof to hold on to the limiting belief you're currently playing with. But it is, again, it is no more threatening to you than a sandbox. When you play in a sandbox, whether it's a sandbox that's the size of an enormous beach or whatever, you cannot be harmed. It's nothing to take seriously. It is simply a small adventure, a small journey down one direction, but you always come out the other side unscathed, right? You always come out the other side more expanded, more knowledgeable than you ever were going into it. You are this ever growing, ever happy, ever joyful being that is just playing. hands clapping. Oh my God, that was so much fun. Let's do it again. That level. So say it with me. I am so supported by life, all parts of life. I love that I am so supported and so adored and so safe in my life. I am 1000% safe. I am so safe. Whether again, see, and the coolest thing you get to do when you find yourself mistrusting something, like maybe there's a strange email and you're going, oh, this is spam, or this is phishing, or whatever, you're scared to open emails or whatever. Anytime you're mistrusting any part of your life, that is just a tool. It is just the most wonderful tool to say, hey, do you want to keep playing in this sandbox? Or would you like to adjust your thinking and manifest something different? So when I had my dog, her and I were always go on adventures all the time, everywhere. She was my permission to be brave, to be fearless. We would go in, the most craziest adventures where people are like going, are you taking a gun with you? And I was like, no, I have a dog. If I need protection, I have a dog. But see, she was just my permission slip to feel 100% safe. And now that I no longer am walking through life with her by my side, does that mean I'm not safe anymore? Does that mean that changed at all? Well, I could play there, but there's no reason to. There is no reason to walk through life and not say, I am so safe all the time. And, again, you get to find the categories where, or the genres, whatever you want to say, where you feel unsafe and you get to shift. So let's say it's men. You can say, men are so safe to be around. I love being around men. They're so funny. They always make me laugh. I always feel supported and protected and safe when I am around men, all men. And then you can say the same thing about women, or you can say the same thing about government. I love my government. I know my government has got my back at all times. I feel so safe and secure. I love that at all moments, my government is showing me how much they're working for me, how much they adore me. And you can say the same thing about your neighborhood, and you can say the same thing about your neighbors, your boss, your coworkers. Again, going into thoughts. So you've got the opportunity to shift your entire world, your body, your body. I love my body. My body, what do you think I do for such a fit, healthy, vibrant body? What do you think I do for such fit, healthy, vibrant cells and atoms and molecules? And I never get sick. I'm always active. I'm always moving. I love looking at my body in the mirror. I love adoring every curve, everything. I love seeing in the mirror my ideal reflection of exactly what I want. I love being ageless. I love knowing that I get to play here. Isn't it wonderful that my body absolutely loves me and adores me and supports me in every way? Guys, your thoughts, have you ever had a song stuck in your mind? And you're like going, why am I, wake up the next day and that song is still, they call them earworms. That song is still going. Well, start making up your own songs. I just did an amazing podcast with a very, very fun couple named Kylie and Gabriel. And they make up songs about unending or endless bliss and being wealthy and successful and things like that. But guys, life, anytime you find the wibble wobbles, the areas where maybe you're being double minded, instead of being 100% trusting of all of life, you're trusting that area, but you're not trusting that area quite so much over there. That's being double minded. Cool. Very cool. Okay. Now you get to decide, I am 100% single minded in, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful that my mind constantly supports my ideal world when I'm not even paying attention? My mind is on top of it. My mind is the best personal assistant ever. My mind reads my mind. My mind is way ahead of the game, and it's always joyful, and it always sees the magic and the wonder in my world. And not just my world, but everything in my world, every single person, place, thought, idea, feeling, it is all 1000% trustworthy, to the point to where I don't even need to pay attention. I just show up and have the best time ever. Isn't it wonderful that my world is like that? Guys, that is the mindset you get to choose to have. And you don't have to, as I always say, you don't have to break blood vessels in your eyes or create wrinkles in your forehead with intense focus, because you trust that your body is on top of this, that your mind is on top of it, that life has got your back at all times, all times. And every memory that ever arises confirms this over and over. It shows you just how supported you are, just how 1000% safe and secure that you are, and that everything that arises that makes you excited and oh, I can't wait, is an immediate manifestation. And every memory that comes up supports that knowing, that surety. How wonderful is it that you are so, so outrageously supported, outrageously, I'm trying to find another word other than supported. I'm trying to find more synonyms with trust. I'll find them. But guys, to walk through life with so much trust, a trust that is so complete that it is a knowing, it is a subatomic particle deep knowing. It is through and through who you are. And no part of you could ever harm you, hurt you. You are, this is your world. This is your world. How wonderful is it that you get to create on a moment by moment basis absolute adoration, absolute wonder. Nobody in this world could harm you, would harm you. Everybody adores you. Everybody is so eager to interact with you. Wonderful. Boy, another amazing video you did. As I always say, damn, you are on fire.